this is a guy that and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but in the exercise we're doing today, this is the guy I least want us to pick.
Okay.
Not because I don't respect him as a basketball player,
Right.
just because I don't think he moves the needle with the skill set that he brings to the table.
Next up, we're going to talk about Kyle Filipowski out of Duke. He is 6'11" with a 6'10" wingspan, averaged 16.4 points per game, 8.3 rebounds, 1.5 blocks, 1.1 steals, shot 50.5% from the field. How are we feeling about Kyle? The first thing that jumps out is the shorter wingspan than height.
By an inch,
I know
yeah.
that's not like the end all be all to all of this conversation, but just it's not normal.
He's a good player. I have mixed feelings on him. I don't know if he's gonna be able to contribute in year one as much as you would like for this player to contribute. What I'm saying is I think there's other players because of their position and skill set that will be able to immediately contribute at a higher level than Filipowski, because he's not really, I mean, you could say he's a center, but he's not really a center. He didn't really play that position much in college. He played like kind of a big power forward position. He could shoot the ball. Like he's a decent player, but I'm not sold on him.
I hope I'm wrong on this because, again, watching the film, he's an extremely talented basketball player. Very talented, can do a lot of things really well. I don't know.
Foul trouble a lot.
He does.
Dumb shit out there
He
sometimes.
does.
Oh my God.
He's got some. He's a really good basketball player. I don't know that he does anything great, but he does a lot of things well. This is a guy that and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but in the exercise we're doing today, this is the guy I least want us to pick.
Okay.
Not because I don't respect him as a basketball player,
Right.
just because I don't think he moves the needle with the skill set that he brings to the table. Absolutely, unequivocally not what we're looking for.
Right.
So that's me. But again, I respect the player.
We need athleticism.
We do.
And
Yes,
this guy
he's not
is
that.
not athletic.
Yeah, this is like Frank.
Yeah,
Not
it is.
disrespect, but this is like Frank
It
Kaminsky
is.
type pick too.
Right. So he is that kind of offensive connector because he can handle the ball, he can pass, he can shoot. Like you said, he's not a rim running, lob threat kind of big, not that athletic guy. His NBA comps, based on all the different mock drafts that I've been reading, Kelly Olynyk, Lauri Markkanen, Zach Collins. I think for him, the 3-point shot is what he's going to need to prove because he's got a really nice looking release. He's got very good touch, but he only shot like 34.8% from three. So that's something that he's going to have to up those percentages to be an actual stretch big. But he is a guy that created more than half of his looks at the rim on his own. You see him do some of the crossover moves that he has and the step back dribbles and his ability to get in the paint. He can really handle the rock. So he's a guy that you can kind of plug and play in multiple spots on the floor in handoffs or screens or that type of stuff. But you're right. For this particular team, you don't need another necessarily ball handling big. You need someone that's going to set hard screens, roll, and provide some gravity on that type of stuff.
Yeah.
This one doesn't seem to be a big hit with the chat either. Michael said not lively enough. Lonnie said, I'm going to pass on Kyle Rodrigo with the hard pass.
Dagoon's asking about point guards.
Today we're just talking about big. Don't
just
worry,
big
Dagoon.
today.
We got a
Just
lot
big
of time
today.
to kill before the draft. We're going by
Yeah.
position.
We will.
guys.
We're going to go position by position.
We're going to talk about athletic trainers by the end.
We might.
Oh,
You never know.
shit.
Don't
I'm
tempt
just
me
kidding.
with
We're not gonna
1,000 words.
Dear God. An absolute mess. And Lucky said, Kyle not required. We have Bol. So there you go. So sorry, Kyle Filipowski, but you don't get to be in our inner circle. However, I will say, I feel like his name is super dope and we could have a lot of fun with some things.
Give me an example.
Like if you just shorten the two of them, Kapowski.
Like if he
could be like a
dunks it,
tagline.
Filipowski.
Yeah.
Like Kelly Kapowski?
I mean, I guess, but I wasn't thinking Kelly. It was more like a mix of Kyle and Filipowski, and you just said Kapowski.
I thought Kelly Kapowski.
Kelly Kapowski.
Okay,
was
She was a
Well,
bomb. She was the bomb. Yeah.
that makes sense.
She was a baddie.
for you
She
too.
was a baddie,
It makes
yeah.
a lot of sense.